Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals and welcome to Willow World. I try to do a Willow World update video once a month just to check in with you guys. Very chatty, rambly video, letting you guys know what I'm up to, what's happening in the world of Willowbound Journals, what's new, all that kind of stuff, and just where I'm at in my own life and creativity and the direction I'm going in with my channel and with everything in the world of Willowbound Journals. So first of all, I wanted to share my latest digital kit, and I think this is my first one for the year, and it is linen pack number 12. So I love linens and doilies. You guys know I have a huge collection of them if you followed my channel for a while, and in my thrifting from last year while I was down in Melbourne and also from up here in Bowen, I found these beautiful doilies. I'm very selective now with the doilies that I purchase. I love this bell-shaped one. How unique is that? And this one's just beautiful. I love the purple flowers and the blue and the shape, gorgeous. So there's 12 linens in this pack. This one's really unique too. I was quite impressed with the shape of this one and the colors. Beautiful red one here. Obviously I'm drawn to the flowers. And this kit is available in my Etsy. You get the individual JPEGs by themselves so you can size them however you want. I love the purple here, and that is just gorgeous. And pink flowers here. Then we've got sort of an autumn theme here. This one has an autumn leaf, and I've also included the a printout. So what you see here, if you just like what you see here, the sizes shown printed on this A4 copy paper, then I've got that formatted ready for you to print as well as a document. But you also can size them however you want. Big, small, in between, everything. So you can see I've got different sizes here. And this one is a beautiful bird one with a bird and a bird bath. It's one of my favorites. An oval one here with pink flowers. Again, just to show you like what they look like in different sizes. So yeah, that kit is in my Etsy. If anyone is interested, the link is down below in the description box to Willowbound Journals. This one's really lovely too. Very sweet blue flower. Kind of reminds me of forget-me-nots. And this one here with the rose also comes in the kit. And just again, printing out different sizes to show you. Not only is it available in my Etsy already, it is also up on my Patreon. So for my beautiful Ruby patrons, that's the tier where you get every digital kit from my Etsy. So if you like more than one kit, then it's the greatest value. It's $10 to be a Ruby patron, and that gets you every digital kit. They're all available on my Patreon, ready for you to download. So feel free to make use of that offer. Plus you get access to all my other videos and the lower tier rewards as well. So that's the digital kit, very pretty, and possibly my last one, at least for a long time, because I'm no longer thrifting just at the moment while I'm transitioning from journal making to bookmaking, which is something I want to touch on at the end of this video, and I'll get more into just sharing my heart and further direction for where I'm going in life and obviously in the world of Willowbound Journals. Also on my Patreon, this is a sneak peek at the Edith Holden journal that I'm making from start to finish for my sapphires. So that's the $5 video tier. And throughout March, I am sharing my process making this journal right from the book stage, from ideas, from overwhelmed to not knowing what I'm doing, to honing in on an idea, how I find my inspiration, to making the cover, to choosing the pages, to arranging the pages, and the next step I'm up to is embellishing. So I'm going to show how I add the pockets and all the different things. So that's what's happening for March with the sapphire tier on my Patreon. For the emerald tier, which is the one above the rubies, that's just a sort of catch-all tier where it's the same reward the whole year, where you get access to my Marco Polo Willow Life group, where we check in with each other through videos and can share our journals and thoughts on creativity and identity and mental health and all that kind of stuff. It's also merged with the Intentional Life course. So anyone can sign up for those courses as well. The Intentional Life course workbook, that is available for the Emerald tier as well. Let me see if I can find that. Here it is as a download that you can print, and you can print out the workbook, and it has all the prompts, and it doesn't have to be at the start of the year. That's why I made it available all year round. It's just any time that you feel led to sort of reboot your life, to get in touch with yourself, find out what your values are, and live a more meaningful life. This is for anyone, anytime at that Emerald tier, along with the Marco Polo group. And after that, you get the Amethyst tier, which gets the printables in the mail. So they get sent the physical items. And the Diamond tier, you get a journal sent to you in the mail. For example, maybe a vintage sewing journal, or one of my faith journals, or one of my bird journals, anything like that. Just picking up some tags that have fallen onto the floor. So yeah, that's my Patreon. In terms of the Bible course and my courses available, let me just grab my Psalms journal. I have been working in this journal ever since the 1st of Feb, and it's been such a wonderful daily practice in my life. So it's been everything. Yeah, some things have happened in my life that were quite hard, but this practice has just been so good. Yeah, and I did have a 2-week break from this course just when life got really hard and I needed to take some time out for some self-care, but I still did my Psalms on my own time, and that's when I realized that I didn't need the financial accountability anymore. So that's why I set it up as a paid course, because I needed that financial accountability myself. Because we can say that we're going to do something, I'm going to read the Bible every day, but I can so easily be like, oh, I'll just skip this day, and then one day turns into a week, and then it turns into a month. So having that financial accountability worked for me, and it was so good that I don't need it anymore, because I'm getting the benefit from the reading itself. And now my Bible journal course is free. And that was my original heart, to get to a place where it could be free. So anyone can join now. You only need to have an account, but it's free. So you need to sign up with a Patreon account, but totally free. Just scroll down and you have access to all of the posts. The benefit, though, of being a patron through the course, it's not really patron, it's just a way to have access to the course. So the paid options are still there for those who want that financial accountability, like I needed at the start, or who just want to support me, since this is my full-time job, making journals and running journaling courses. But I don't want that to be a limiting factor. Anyone can join for free. But the bonus of if you do sign up at a certain tier is that you also get to have the categories and tags, so you can find things easier. But otherwise you can just scroll down, no problem there. And because I did go on a 2-week hiatus from that, from filming, for some self-care, I have decided to start the reading the Bible in order of shortest books to longest, and start that in April. So you're most welcome to wait until April if you wanted to be part of that. But yeah, that's what's happening there. The only other course that I'm running at the moment is the Intentional Life course. This one is a paid course, and I have been loving working in here. I did have a break from that for 2 weeks as well, just for that self-care time, but I'm loving this journal. This is my yearly journal where I'm documenting all my prompts for the Intentional Life course, but also documenting my daily life, or my year, my big momentous moments from the year, and just a great document, a way to document my life this year, and that's been really helpful. So I'm going to pick that up again, and so fun. And anyone can join that course anytime as well, and be part of the Marco Polo group there if you would like. Moving on from the courses, let me chat about the mental health fundraiser, which is something I'm doing year long. It's a focus I want to do. There's certain, in the Intentional Life course, I talk about getting in connection with yourself and your values so that you can live according to them and live a more meaningful life. And we can't do everything. This is why we need to get in connection and find out, what do we really value right now? What are our priorities? And for me this year, it's working on my faith journey and working on things that I believe in and advocate for. So mental health is another one, which is why I'm doing this fundraiser for the whole year round. And the third priority is, the book that I'm doing. So I'm doing a 12-month course this year, making a book. And that's for my own well-being, just to, creating and book writing and journaling and all of that for me is a form of self-care, a form of knowing myself more and dealing with struggles and things. So that's helping my own mental health, but my prayer is as well, and my hope and belief is that as I share my own stories in that book, when people read it, they will connect with it and see their own stories within that and be comforted and encouraged, and it'll just be a help and a safe place for people. It won't be for everyone, but for those who resonate with it, it might even be a lifeline. I believe that, I believe any person who creates something that comes from your heart and is meaningful to you, other people, not everyone, but maybe one person, that's right where they are, and it's that thing that they needed to hear right at that time. And I just believe that. That's one of my core beliefs. That's why I encourage people to share their stories and to express themselves and to create and to document your lives. I'm all about that. That's why I advocate for journaling. This is all my channel is about, is journaling. And why I teach journaling courses, because it's about documenting it. Anyway, so yeah, the mental health fundraiser is going really well. I'm loving all the donations coming through. Here's another one that came through from Julie. She already sent through a donation, but you might have recognized these cards that she included in that donation, and she sent a whole pack of more eco-dyed cards. So I think there'll be enough for one in each pack. So that's perfect. There's a big thank you to Julie again. These are beautiful. A little sneak peek of something you might get in your mystery pack if you are so willing to purchase. And, I had a cut-off date of end of Feb for people to send items in, just so that, I wasn't waiting till the end of the year being like, is anyone donating? I'm not sure what's happening. So I just put it to the end of Feb just to gauge how many people were interested and if anything would come in at all. And now that I've seen, yes, there's quite a few people interested, there's lots of donations coming through, and people are still asking about it. So, I'm going to leave it open maybe until the first half of the year, maybe more. Like I'm happy to keep making packs throughout the year, if you guys are happy with that. Because I want as many people to be involved as possible. I love people getting around mental health and just supporting this cause that's close to my heart. And it's something I want to focus on the whole year round. So the giveaway journal will be only for those people who manage to get their donation in by the end of Feb. But, if you still want to donate, you are most welcome to donate if your heart is so led. Just a reminder, The Art of Mental Health, this book, I have been sharing my journey about my struggles with mental health, especially when I had depression and anxiety back in 2015 and 16. And as I've been making that giveaway journal for this fundraiser, I've been sharing my journey through that whole video series, and I've been really loving that and want to continue doing that even after I finish making that journal. And I might share more from this book later on and maybe read out some passages or pages, but this is just my art journey, because at the time all I could do was draw. I couldn't do anything else, and it became this wonderful outline of how depression and anxiety felt for me and how I got through it, the tools that helped me. And so I hope this book helps people, whoever picks it up, to know they're not alone. This book is available in my Etsy. There's no more physical copies, but the ebook has been selling a lot as well, and you have my permission to print one copy for yourself and bind it, which some people have done. That is available in my Etsy, and that is always going to be there. Anyway, what else? So that's the mental health fundraiser. I'm looking forward to, I think, starting making the mystery packs now. So in the coming weeks, I'll start making those up. and having those available, and I'll just keep, as donations keep coming in, I'll just keep making them until they run out. So fun, yay! All right, now the last thing I sort of wanted to share was, well, two things. Just a little update about the book journey I'm going through. And this is my book. Let's move this out the way. It's a very big book. This is my book where I'm just putting down anything that I think I want in the book. And so it's kind of like draft pages, ideas, brainstorming, mind mapping, all that kind of thing, and quotes that I want in the book, and photos that I want in the book, and songs that I want in the book. And then this was, I want a letter in the book. This was some personal journaling. I need a bit of sparkle that will go in the book. I'm going to use the prompt, I see you. And here's another list of things I would like in the book. And so that's kind of what I am doing there. I'm sharing more about this on my Patreon and with the Intentional Life course about this, because a lot of it's quite, personal, my personal struggles and things. So I won't go in depth with this on my channel, but over, on my Patreon and Intentional Life, Willow, Marco Polo, that's where I'm sharing more about this process and doing some journal with me videos in here and just sharing about things that come up. So because it is so personal, I just feel a bit safer having, not the whole entire world possibly seeing that. Just while it's in its draft stage and very raw and that kind of thing. And that leads me into the final thing that I want to share about my transition and direction for my life and Willowbound Journals. Let's get into it. So the last few years, I guess, I've noticed that I've not been as excited about making junk journals. I'll go through phases where I think, I'm done. I don't want to make a journal anymore. And then it always comes back, though. The passion comes back again, and the excitement and the inspiration. I'm like, yes, we're back into it. But I've just noticed over the years more frequently the phases of, I just don't want to make a journal anymore. Those have come back more regularly and lasted longer. And that's not surprising, because I've always known, I've always said this, that my whole life I've had phases. I went from drawing to jewelry making to scrapbooking to card making to mixed media to photography to junk journaling, and then I moved a bit from junk journaling to collage to art journaling. So I've kind of moved. My focus isn't so much on junk journaling anymore. It's more on collage, art, junk, scrap, all together, mixed together. Meaning that, my passion isn't exclusively on junk journals anymore like it was when I first discovered them. And that's okay, because we discover new things, we grow, we evolve as creatives, as people, and I always assumed that I would eventually run out of junk journal inspiration, because that's been my track record my whole life. I'm all or nothing, I'm all into jewelry making, and then when I'm not, I'm not. I'm all into drawing, and then when I'm not, I'm not. So same kind of with junk journals. I can imagine that, I'm all in with junk journals, and then, it's my obsession, it's my addiction, and now it's not my obsession anymore. I have other things in my life that I love doing as well now. Whereas before, when I first got into it, 24/7, any waking moment, I was making journals. But now I'm reading, I'm playing piano, I'm making a book, I'm doing other things in my life now. And it's just, the passion's still there. Like, I'm still making journals. I wouldn't make them if there wasn't any passion. I just wouldn't do it, because that's the type of creative person I am. I create what I want to create at the time I want to create it. So it's not like I'm forcing myself to do this. When I make a journal, it is because I do want to do it, and that's how my creativity is expressing itself at the time. But I just know that it might be coming towards the end of my journal making time. And I don't know, it could change. Next year I might be like all on fire again. I don't know. But right now I'm just seeing the trend, and now that I'm doing the bookmaking course as well, that's just reignited my fire for bookmaking. So I feel like I've transitioned from, junk journaling to collage to art journaling to bookmaking. And bookmaking is what I'm obsessed with right now. Bookmaking is the thing that I think about all the time, the thing that I want to be doing all the time. And I just want to clear out all my journal making supplies and replace them with bookmaking supplies, which I already have. They're all my personal ephemera and the treasures that I've been collecting. And I would like to make a book every year. That's my heart. Instead of making, however many journals every year, now my heart is just wanting to make a book a year, with all the things. So it's still journaling. Like, my books are going to be peeks inside of my journals. They're going to be full of collage and art and junk journal scrapbook style. So I'm still going to be doing that myself, and I will never stop journaling in my entire life. That's one thing that's been a constant. As different things have changed, I've had phases. I've always been a journaler. That I've always written. I've always been a writer, so that's never going to change. And it's just, I found that bookmaking is my outlet at this time. Again, maybe in 2 years, bookmaking will have run its course and I'll find something else I want to do. I don't know, maybe canvases. That might be the next thing. I don't know. Who knows? But that's where I'm at. Just wanted to share with you where I'm at. And what that means, I guess, going forward is you might see... Like, this year, you probably won't see any change because I've got a lot of journal making supplies. I still have a lot of journals that I want to make, and it's going to take me a while. It's probably going to take me, if not this year, the next couple of years to finish all the ones that I want to do, but I'm ticking them off. I've ticked off the Granny Chic journals, the Faith journals now, the Bird journals I've ticked off. I'm ticking off the Edith Holden currently now. I want to tick off the Vintage French, the Botanical, Fairy journals, and the Linen journals. But after that, I think I might be done. I'm not sure. Like, I might, who knows, by the end of the year, I might be like, no, I miss journals too much. But I'm just saying what I see now, I think I might be done. And it's been feeling really good, clearing everything out, making my last collections of each type of journal, each type of theme. And really, my motivation is I just want to move out of junk journaling so I can move in bookmaking. I have got, my room is my office and my workspace, and it's covered and filled with journal making stuff. And I'm over it. Like, I still want to make the journals, but I don't want my whole bookcase filled with journal making supplies anymore. I want my bookcase filled with bookmaking supplies. And I really find it hard, I guess, because I want to focus on the book. But I can't because there's so much journal making stuff everywhere in my room. Everywhere I look, it's just journal making stuff. And the way I work, I need to see the supplies to be able to do what I want to do. So if I want to work on the book, I need to see my bookmaking supplies. And at the moment, my bookmaking supplies are all hidden. They're in drawers, they're in boxes. I can't see them. So I want to clear out, I know how I work. I want to clear out all the junk journal supplies so I can make all of my bookmaking supplies visible, and then start getting into 24/7 making books. That's where I'm at. It's going to take a long time. That's the frustrating part about this. It's going to be a slow process because I can only make so many journals at a time. And I wish I could just, in a week, get all my journal making stuff out, all my bookmaking stuff in, but I can't make journals that fast. So I honestly think it might take the rest of the year, but I hope not, because I really want to start working on the book. I really want to do some finished pages for the book. So that's my current frustration at the moment too, I'm in this state of limbo. But all to say, I am transitioning from journal making to bookmaking, and I know some of you might be sad to hear that, that I might not be making journals anymore, but just know that this whole year I will be still making them, likely. And if you want to get a journal, I'm still going to be releasing them this year. There's a whole bunch already in my Etsy, and if this is your chance to, grab a Willowbound journal, then just letting you know this is probably the year to do it. So that's what's happening. And then for my channel, people asking me, are you still going to have a Patreon? Are you still going to do videos? Yes. I'm still going to be creating and writing and journaling my whole life. So I'll still be sharing creativity and journaling and thoughts on that on my channel and on my Patreon. I'm always going to be filling my own journals and making journals for myself. And I'm always going to be working on the book, which is highly, inspired by my journals. So I might share my bookmaking process on my Patreon and channel going forward, like way in the future though, because I'm still creating a lot right now. And I'm always going to be creating, and I'm always going to be journaling. So, I can't really see that part changing. It's just it might be the making the journal part that won't be there so much. But yeah, going forward, I also want to share more about just like chat like this, just chat about what's happening in my life. My focuses are mental health and well-being, identity, self-knowledge, knowing yourself more. I've got this intense love of knowing yourself more, and I want to share that because that's me. I don't want to hide these parts of me anymore. Like, that's my heart. This is why I journal, to know myself more and to learn about who I am and self-growth and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I want to talk about on my channel. That's what I want to journal about, and creativity and all that kind of stuff. So, it's going to be a slow transition, but that's my heart. That's where I think my focus is. And I hope you're excited about this journey and evolving and growing with me. And who knows, this is where I'm at now. It could completely change in a year. That's the thing. We are humans, life happens and we change. But I just wanted to let you know right now what's happening in my world, in my inner world, in my outer world. And that's my plan going forward, or my vision, or my heart for going forward. And yeah, it might not be what everyone wants to hear. And that's totally okay, because I can't please everyone, and I apologize for that. Not that I need to or anything, but I'm just going where my heart is and being me and doing me. And anyone who wants to follow that journey, you of course, you're most welcome. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you with that. What's your journey? What's your things that you're discovering about yourself? And I don't know, stuff. I'm going to share stories from my life, and I'd love to hear your stories from your life, and we're just going to journal and create together, make books. And going forward, yeah, I would love to focus more on teaching journaling courses as well, with that focus on self-growth, self-identity, self-knowledge, self-expression, through creativity, through documenting our lives, through journaling, because that's my heart too. Is rather than making journals, I'm all about filling the journals, using the journals. So I think I will always keep making journal courses and hopefully get better at it, in my skills, in presenting them and making them really good somehow. I'm still learning, and thank you for just growing with me and letting me figure it out as I go. But yeah, that's my heart as well, journaling courses. And because I still need to make an income, and journals, the reality is probably half my income, if not more, comes from the journals, the physical things that I sell in my Etsy shops. So that's also why possibly I might just have to have a day job of making journals, going forward, because if I can't make enough money through my journaling courses, and transitioning to that, then yeah, it's just going to be a given. I will have to keep creating, and that's okay. I can do that as well, because I love creating. I do love creating. And I can merge my day job with creating, because my hobby is to create, and I'm very fortunate that my hobby is also my day job. But at some points, yeah, it does just become a day job. But not to say like I'm all my creations, whenever I create, I can't not create with my whole heart in there, and my inspiration, otherwise I just wouldn't do it. But if, yeah, that comes to that point, it might be like that, just as a means of making a living. But yeah, I hope I can maybe get better at teaching journaling courses, and that can be my main income. I don't know, that would be a dream. It would be a dream if my full-time job was to teach journaling courses, but I don't know if I am good enough to do that. If anyone wants that, I don't know. So we'll just play it by ear. And again, this is probably all way in the future, but just to let you know what I'm thinking, and my heart is for journaling courses, and creating, and for bookmaking right now. So I mean, at the moment, it's really just all bookmaking. I am all in with bookmaking. So yeah, I hope that was clear and informative and useful and helpful for you to know, just trying to be transparent and all that kind of thing. And I've wanted to share this for ages, but finally now I can sit down and actually talk with you guys about it, and about that direction. And it's a bit scary, a bit nervous, but always a bit the unknown. But I'm excited to follow my heart and my dreams. My biggest dream is to be a writer and author, and to make books. That's my biggest dream, and it always has been. I kind of lost my way in the middle there, which, you know, I'll talk about on my channel eventually. But yeah, last year especially, my dream came back for bookmaking. I thought it might have gone forever, but it came back with a vengeance, if that's the saying. But anyway, there's me rambling. If you have any questions about that or any encouragement about this journey, this new path, let me know, because your comments are always so encouraging. And yeah, I hope you're doing well, and let your day be what it is if it isn't going well, because life, it's got its ups and downs, right? And it's okay to not be okay sometimes. And yeah, my heart goes out to all of you, wherever you are. May you follow your heart where you are. And here's to the journey continuing. Bye, guys. Special thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in January. If you would like to become a patron in February, and the link is down below, and that is where you get access to extra videos, all my printables, all my digital kits in my Etsy. There are post tiers, mail tiers, and journal tiers as well. There is a Marco Polo tier and just lots of fun stuff over there. There is also a link to all of my available courses down below in the description box. You can join those anytime for all of my Patreon and courses. They're monthly subscriptions that work just like Netflix or Spotify, and you're charged on the date that you sign up, and you can cancel anytime.